your, bubbles. We're so happy that you're here. This is the final performance of The Tempest, a new musical. A brand new musical, never before performed before Thursday. And it is composed by the amazing Taylor Lincoln Ray. And I had the crazy idea in April to say, hey, let's make a show of it. So that's why we're here. Now, a few things before we get started. As you'll notice, you guys, many of you have rain ponchos if you're sitting kind of in the splash zone. If that's the case, I just want to warn you that paint might get flung on you. We don't purposefully try to fling paint at the audience. We just give you rain ponchos in case some paint might fall on you. But note, if paint falls on you, it is washable Crayola finger paint. It could not be more mild and harmless. So, that's a bit about the paint. Secondly, there is some strobe lights in this show, just a warning. Thirdly, watch your feet if you have to move at any time. Woo! Okay, let's up. If you have to move at any time, just watch your feet. There are light fixtures on the ground. And fourth, in an event of an emergency, please leave through that exit and come out of the building the same way you came in, single file. Try not to panic, and we'll all be okay, hopefully. Another fun part of this show is that this building on Monday is going to start renovations. We don't know what that means. It could be completely destroyed. So enjoy this space while it is still here for about 48 more hours. All right, so finally, without further ado, I would like to preface this performance by saying that this play, The Tempest by William Shakespeare, this play is a play about colonization and oppression. And because of that, I want to acknowledge that the land on which we're performing this piece is colonized land. This land did not belong to Harvard College at the beginning. Way before Harvard College, the Massachusetts Native Americans lived on this land, occupied this whole area that was then known as the Shawmut Peninsula. And I just want to acknowledge that they are the true inhabitants of this land before Harvard College came in 1636. So, without further ado, enjoy The Tempest, a new musical.
Understand what I say, Prospero.
For years I bowed my head.
For years I took it. All of it.
Your insults.
Your ingratitude.
And worst of all,
more degrading than all the rest.
your condescension.
But now it's over.
Over. Do you hear? There's a tempest, there's a dark and there's a terrible tempest. Strong winds on the horizon, rough seas to keep your eyes on.
It's a tempest, it's a harsh and it's a punishing tempest. How high the waves are breaking, how hard the masts are quaking. Keep your eyes to the heads, keep your eyes to the heads, keep your eyes to the heads. It's a tempest. The strangest thing of all, the strangest thing of all. The strangest thing of all, the strangest thing of all is that one word emerges from the disarray. First unheard and then ricocheting through squall and the fray. Prospero, 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 and the clouds are mounting. Prospero, 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 and the winds are calling. Prospero, Prospero, Prospero. What do they say? Prospero.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
On earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
Oh, I would give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground.
If I don't live, I pray that God might comfort me and bury me safe and sound.
It's a tempest, it's so dark and it's a terrible tempest. Crosses on the horizon, always keep your eyes on. It's a tempest, it's dark and it's a punishing tempest. Crosses on the horizon, ice to keep your eyes on. Keep your eyes to the head, keep your eyes to the head, keep your hands to the side. The sails, colors, colors, crystal terrace, all the thunder, all the titles, all the thunder. It's a tempest, it's a tempest. If by your art, my dearest father, you have put the waters in this roar, away then, the sea is rising to the clouds, the sky falls black as tar, to dash the fires out. Oh, I have suffered with those I saw suffer, the hardy vested that had some noble visions on it. Down your piteous heart, there's no one guarded back against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished helpless. Were I a god of any power, no harm their way. I have done nothing but in care of you, my dear one, my daughter. Not knowing what I am, not knowing what you are. So from this time I know the story of my life here now. I'll pluck thy magic garment from me, Prospero. Lie there, my art, wipe thou thine eyes, have comfort. The direful spectacle of the wreck was checked to the very virtue of compassion in thee. I have with such provision in my art so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as an heir betid to any creature in the vessel which thou prescribe, which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must now no further. You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding
The hour's now come. The very minute bids thee ope thy ear. Obey and be attentive.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy father was Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
Sir, are not you my father?
But thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father was Duke of Milan, and thou, his only heir, a princess. No worse issue.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence, or blessed, was it we did?
Both, my girl, by foul play, as thou sayest, were we heaved hence, but blessedly hold hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the teen that I have caused you, which is from my remembrance. Please you, father?
My brother, and thy false uncle called Antonio, I pray thee mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. He who next thyself of all the world I loved, and to him put the manage of my estate. As at that time, through all the signories, it was the first, and Prospero the prime duke, being reputed in dignity and for the liberal arts without a parallel. Those being my studies, the government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle dost thou attend me?
Oh, good sir, I do.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash or overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them or else newly formed them. Having both the key of office and officer, set all the hearts of the state to whatever tune pleased his ear, that now he was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk, and sucked my verdure out on it. Thou attendest not.
Oh, sir, I do most heedfully.
I pray thee mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly duties, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind, with that which but by being so retired or prized out popular rate, and awakened in my false brother an evil nature. He did believe he was indeed the duke, hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Sir, your tale could cure deafness.
Mark the condition and the event, and tell me if this might be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly on my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now the condition. The king of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the promises of homage, and I not know how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all the honors on my brother, whereof a treacherous army levied, one midnight, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness, the ministers for the purpose hurried thence me and my crying self.
I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it o'er again. It is a hint that brings mine eyes to it.
Hear a little further, and then I'll bring thee to the present business, which now's upon us, without the which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, wench, my tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me, nor set a march so bloody on the business, but with fair colors painted their foul ends. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a ship, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the seas that roar to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, cherubim vesper that did preserve me, that did smile infused with the fortitude from heaven.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity, being then appointed the master of this design, to give us, with rich garments, linen stuffs, and accessories which since have studied much. So of his gentleness, knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library with volumes that I prize above my due.
Would I might but ever see that man! And I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating on my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm?
You know, thus far forth, by accident, most strange, bountiful fortune, now, my dear lady, hath mine enemies been brought to this shore. And by my presence I find my zenith doth depend on a most auspicious star, whose influence if now I court, but now omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a of dullness. And give it way, I know that kins not choose.
Come away, servant. Come. I'm ready now. Approach my Ariel. Come.
All hail, grave master, great Sir Hail, I come to thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into fire, to walk on the clouds, to thy strong bidding, task Ariel and all his quality.
Hast thou my spirit performed to find the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the ship, now on the deck, now in the waist, in the yard, every cabin I blamed amazement. On mastical prow, my fantastical prowess on view. Sometimes I divided, word everywhere, topmast and bowsprit in need and join. Faster than Jupiter's lightning will strike, I mastered the art of outrunning the sight of the sailors aboard. Butter and sulfur is pouring as Neptune besiges and quenches the Tripoli waves as his dry hand shakes and he hacks apart the boat. I let it burn, let it burn, let it burn, let it burn.
My brave spirit, who was so firm, so constant that this coil would not infect his reason.
Not a soul but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation for his salvation. The first to leave was Ferdinand, in hopes of finding solid land. He cried, his voice all cowering in fear. All hell is void and all the devils are here. I let it burn, let it burn, let it burn, let it burn.
Why, that's my spirit. But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished, and their clothes even fresher than before. As you bade me, I have obeyed you, and spread them out in troops across the isle. Ferdinand I landed by himself, so he could cool off, sit, and cross his arms a while.
And what of the mariners in the royal fleet?
The ship is in the harbor, and the fleet is out at sea, bound sadly home for Naples, with heavy news in tow. But here the mariners are charmed to sleep, under hatches so. How have I done? Isn't the fight already won?
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there's more work. What is the time of the day?
Past the mid-season.
The time 'twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, I must remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now, moody, which is thou canst demand?
Freedom, as you promised me.
Before the time be out no more.
Prospero, my liberty. Remember, I have done you worthy service, and keep in mind no grumbling or grudges held against you, and no mistakes. I told you no lies. Do you realize you promised me you'd set me free a year early?
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou hast, and thinkest it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp wind of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth when it is baked with frost.
I do not, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the fowl which Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop, hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou liest. Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, in Argier.
Oh, was she so? I must once in a month recount which thou hast been, which thou forgetst. This damned witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold, and sorceries terrible to enter human being, from Argier thou knowest was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. Is not this true?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. And thou, my slave, as thou reportest thyself, was then her servant. And for thou was a spirit too delicate to act her earthly and abhorred commands, refusing her grandness, she did confine thee, by help of her more potent ministers, and in a most unmitigable rage into a cloven pine, within which rift imprisoned thou didst painfully remain 12 years. Within which space she died and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill will strike. Then was this island, save for the sun that she did litter here, not honored with a human shape. Yes, Caliban her son. Thou best knowest what a torment I did find thee in. Thy groans to make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned which cigarettes could not again undo. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee.
Master, if thou wilt murmurest, I will rend it open and peg thee in its knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master! I will be correspondent to command and do my spiriting gently.
Do so. And after 2 days, I will discharge thee.
That's my noble master! What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go, take the shape in it. Hence, with diligence.
Awake, dear heart, awake, thou hast slept well, awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on. We must prepare to visit my slave Caliban, who never yields us kind answer.
He's a villain, sir. I do not like to look on.
But as his, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fashion our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho, slave! Caliban, thou earth, thou, speak!
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say, there's other business for thee. Come, tortoise. When? Fine apparition. My quaint Ariel, hark in thine ear.
My lord, it shall be done.
Thy poisonous slave, got by the devil himself, upon thy wicked dam, come forth.
As wicked too, as ere my mother brushed with a raven's feather from an wholesome den, drop on you both, as that west wind blow on me and blister you all over.
For this, be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps. Side stitches that shall pen thy breath up. Urchins shall, for that vast of night, that they may work, I'll exercise on thee. Thou shalt be bent as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that maiden likes the ardent.
This island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me, and madest much of me, would give me water with fairies in't, and teach me how to leave the bigger light, and how the less that burned by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the eye. Fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile. Cursed be I that did so. All the charms of Sycorax and Bass took Beetle's light on you! For I am all the servants that you have, which first was my own king. And here you stye me in this hard rock, whilst you do keep from me the rest of the island.
Abhorred slave, which any print of goodness will not take, being capable of all ill. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined unto this rock, which hast deserved more than a prison.
You taught me language, and my profit hunt is I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Taxi hence, thou art best to answer other business, and beest quick. Oh. Shruggest thou of malice? If thou neglectest, or dost unwillingly quit I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar that beasts shall tremble at the din.
Don't! Pray. I must obey. His art is of such power, it would control my damned God, settle us to make a basket.
So, slave, hence.
Come unto these yellow sands, step right up and then take hands. Curtsy when you have kissed the wild waves whist. Footy feebly here and there. Now, sweet sprites, the burden bear. Hark, hark. The watchdogs bark, hark. The watchdogs bark. Ferdinand, come unto these yellow sands. Bidoo, 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 bidoo. Whoa, come unto these yellow sands, and then take hands. Curtsy when you have been kissed. The wild Christmas, footy feebly here and there. Sweet skies the burden bear. Hark, 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 hark. I think I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer, singing cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. Come unto these yellow sands.
Where should this music be? In the air or the earth? It sure is the work of some kind of island god. It sounds no more. Sitting on a bank, weeping again the king my father's wreck, this music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. There I followed it, or it hath drawn me rather, but it's vanished. No, it begins again.
Oh, fathom 5, your father lies. Of his bones are coral made. Those are the pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that will fade, but instead he will suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. See him sourly ring his knell. Hark, I hear them ding dong well. Oh, fathom 5. Oh, fathom
5. The ditty does remember my drowned father. Sure, this is no mortal business, nor no sound but the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
The frigid curtains of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yon. spirit? No, wench. It eats and sleeps and hath such senses as we have such. This gallant which thou seest was in the wreck, and but he simply stained with grief, that's beauty's canker. Thou might call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find them. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days from this. I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble. Heavenly creature.
For the goddess on whom these airs attend, I pray to know if you'll remain upon this island. I beg for your advice how to bear myself here, but my prime request is, you wonder, are you a goddess or a girl?
Man, no goddess, sir, but
Spirit, but I'm certainly a man.
Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
Oh, beauteous girl, what I would do to win your favors.
Oh, daring man, you are the third I've ever seen, and the first that I've sighed for the first to change eyes with me. Nothing ill can dwell in such a temple with so fair a house. It's emblematic of the good it has in store. Don't you worry though, my father's just resentful that I have emotions. As for me, I'm glad you came ashore. What about you, though?
My language which I never thought I'd hear again. The ship I thought had run aground right here, but then I woke safely on the shore, my clothes even cleaner than before. I am the woeful king of Naples who watched my father die. My spirits are all bound up as in a dream. My father's loss and the wreck of all my friends and the weakness that I feel. But still it would seem that this ordeal shines in the face of something new, shines in the face of someone new. These woes would disappear, throes would stay at bay. Could I see you, my dear, even once a day? Space enough have I within this prison to contemplate my darling love arisen. Oh, brave new world, oh, brave new world that has such people in it. Miraculous Miranda, admiring the Miranda. Oh, brave new world, oh, brave new world, oh, brave new world.
It works! Come on, follow me. Thou hast done well, my spirit. Follow me. Hark, what thou else shalt do for me. Be of comfort, sir. My father's of a better nature than he appears by speech. This is unwanted, which now comes from him. Thou shalt be free as mountain winds, and do all points of my command. To the syllable. Come, follow me. Speak not for him.
Beg you to cheer up. You have much cause for joy, so have we all. Our escape is much beyond our loss. Let go of your albatross. If your sun is gone, so be it. Look on the bright side, Alonso. Come to the light side, my friend. Our hint of woe is common more than you know. Some sailor's wife has You'll be headed back soon to Milan, so look on the bright side, Alonso. Come to the light side, my friend.
Pretty peace.
Speaking of peace, he treats comfort like coal.
Quiet,
Even would shudder to see him in such a striking the watch of his wish. Just wait till it strikes. But 1, 2, 3, 4.
When every grief is entertained, offerings come to the entertainer. $1 indeed, you've spoken for true worth and purpose.
You've taken it wisely, or spent 50 years of his time.
You
Don't
say
say, but yet he will keep talking, he will keep gawking.
And we will keep stalking our
It's
fears.
forever disease, like the lungs of the island were rotten.
Even then you've forgotten the fruits of the ocean, that everything here is alive.
Save the means to survive.
Had I plantation of this isle, my lord, I'd execute all things by the commonwealth. No letters would be known, all unfettered by poverty, tilth, land, or wealth. No use of corn, metal, oil, humankind without toil, guileless and pure. This isle is the cure. Everything in common nature would produce in bounty. Man without country or county, estate or account, he is savage but noble indeed. Man without country or county knows nothing of neediness, lechery, malice or treachery, anger or envy or greed.
God save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
And do you mark me, sir?
Prithee, no more. Thou dost have nothing to me.
I do well believe your highness, and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who, in this kind of merry fooling, am nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
Oh, what blow was there given?
And it had not fallen flat long.
You are gentlemen of brave metal. You would lift the moon out of her sphere if she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
Would so, and then go a bat foul.
Nay, good, my lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you, I'll not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me to sleep, for I am very heavy.
Go, sleep, and hear us. What? All so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so.
Please you, sir, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow when it doth his a comforter.
We too, my lord, will guard your person when you take your rest and watch your safety. Thank you. Wonders heavy.
What strange drowsiness possesses them?
'Tis the quality of the climate.
Why doth not then our island sink? I find not myself disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. We fell together all as God's consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might, worthy Sebastian, oh, what might. No more. And yet, methinks I see it in thy face, what thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
Are you dreaming?
Do you not hear me speaking? What would it be like to be king?
I hear you, but it's a sleepy language. What is it you
Put
said?
one man's drowning, put a crown upon your head. I see you frowning, is there something you dread? Do you understand that the throne is for the taking? You let your fortune sleep while waking. I'm more serious than I might seem. Stake out your future in the present. Wake up and make the choice to live your dream.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll teach you how to flow.
But I was born to ebb.
Even so, we've stumbled on the keys to the kingdom. We've broken into the bastion, Sebastian.
But what of your conscience?
I realize that. 20 consciences that stand betwixt me and Milan are frozen and will melt before bothering anyone. Take it from me, look at your clothes. Everyone loves a loser. The stupid one ebbs, the clever one flies, overthrows till the throne is his own. You've thrown up the head, sheriff in town. Guess who instead is wearing the crown? Ebb or flow, choice is yours. Then go back to your life doing meaningless chores, or get power you seek, overthrow till you weaken the powers that be. If you're lucky enough and you're tough, then the heir to the crown just happen to drown. Don't back down, seize the day. You can't afford this reward, seize the day. Put it this way, you remember Prospero. You met the brother I bragged about casting out. Couldn't be easier. Storm through the gates and endear yourself to all the states. Men, and steer yourself straight toward the throne. Unswervingly claiming what power's your own. Deservingly seize the day. Seize the day. Seize the day.
Oh,
How shall I lay? Ever flow up to you. Could put my sword in yours to their predestined use. I can promise the others won't counteract brothers if you tie the news. When you're lucky enough, which you are, and the heir to the throne is sleeping not far, don't back down, seize the day. Draw your sword here, my lord, seize the day. If you're jealous, you should be him. Yelling Carpe Diem, slay away.
one more word.
My master foresees the danger that you, his friends, are in, and sends me forth, as his project dies, to keep them living. While you hear you snoring by, open-eyed conspiracy, peace time doth take. If a life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Awake, awake. Everything is lost, everything is lost by his enchantment. Everything is lost, every hill beholds into his phantom. His spirits hear me, but I must curse. They won't hear me till he hears. First at his word, my blind grows worse. Everything is Prospero, everything is Prospero. His aims that snicker and glare at me, snakes that flicker and stare at me, and drops trickling in my barefoot way. Hisses me into madness every day, hisses me into madness every day. It's clear that your white magic is darker than you think. It's as black as ink, though I fight tragic. It's infected me. Oh, you pollute, you transmute, you pluck the fruit and suck the juice and throw it away. Your white magic is dark enough for me. Strife is in your name, not prosperity. The your light magic has invaded my soul. You enslave and you agree, you see what you believe and not what you bereave us of. The promises you break, the enemies you make, the islands that you take. Your white magic is your blindness to the truth. Your illusions, your delusion, forsooth. Everything is Prospero, every end is wrought by his enchantments. Enchant us though you may, aggrieve us though you may, bewitch us though you may, bereave us though you may, you don't deceive us. So set us free. Set us free. Here comes the spirit of his, and punish me for bringing wood in slow. Alfalfa, perchance you will not mind me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to leave off any weather at all. And another storm brewing. Oh, yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. And yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What is this? A man or a fish? A fish. Smells like a fish, a very ancient and fish-like smell, a strange fish. Legged like a man and his fins like arms. Oh, poor my child. I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander who hath recently suffered by thunderstroke. Oh, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There's no other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints man with strange bedfellows. I shall shroud myself here until the dregs of the storm be past.
I shall no more to sea, here shall I die ashore. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. But here's my comforter. The master, the boatswain, the servant, I, the gunner and his maid, love Mary May, Marjorie and Molly, but none of us love Kate, for she had a tongue for the twain, would cry to a sailor, go hang! She loved not the savor of parn or of titch, but a tailor might scratch her where she did itch. Then to sea, boys, and let her go hang! This is a very scurvy song, too. But here's my comfort.
Oh, yeah, torment me.
What's this? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon us? I have not escaped drowning to be afeard now your 4 legs. For it hath been said, as proper man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said so again while Stefano breathes at nostrils.
Oh, the spirit torments me.
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an aid. Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he'll be a present for any emperor that ever trod neath leather.
Oh, do not torment me. I will bring my wood home faster.
She's in her fit now, does not talk after the wisest. She shall taste of my bottom. If I can recover her and bring her home, oh, she'll be a present.
Spirit, bless me yet for a little bit. But thou wilt anon. I can see a pilot trembling. How Prospero breaks the binding.
Oh, come on your waist, open your mouth again. This'll give language to you, cat. This'll shake your shaking, come on. You cannot tell a friend, open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. It should be. But he is drowned, and these are devils! Oh, defend me!
Most delicate monster. 2 voices, 4 legs. The frontward voice is to speak well of his friend. The backward voice is to utter foul speech and detract. If all the wine in my bottle will help him, I will recover his aid. Come, in manner. I shall pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano?
Doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy. I will leave him. I have no long spoon.
Stefano, if thou beest Stefano, touch me and talk to me. For I am Trinculo, thy good friend Trinculo, be not afeared.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I will pull thee by thy lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they! Thou art Trinculo. How camest thou to be the siege of this mooncalf? Can it vent Trinculos?
I took it to be killed by a thunderstroke. But art thou not drowned, Stefano? Stefano, I hope thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid myself under the dead mooncalf's gabardine for fear of the storm. And art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, to Neapolitans escape!
Oh, Billy, do not tell me about my stomach. It's not constant.
This is celestial liquor. I swear upon this bottle to praise you. What did I do to deserve this unearthly libation? Have you not dropped from the heavens? Have I not waited 11 years for my emancipation? You are the man in the moon. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it. Oh, dream unfurled, my life is just beginning. Oh, brave new world, oh, brave new world, oh, brave new world. I'll show you ponds and springs, I'll show you countless things that you have never seen before. Oh, I will fish for you, and I will hunt for you, and you will never want for more. Oh, I adore you more than you'll ever know, and I implore you to let me go where you go. And if you humor me, I think we 3 could be the ones who bring down Prospero. Oh, I adore him more than you'll ever know, and I implore you to help me overthrow the man who torments me. I think we 3 could be the ones who finally strike a blow. Have you not dropped from the heavens? Have I not waited 11 years for my emancipation? You are the man in the moon. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it. Oh, dream unfurled, my life is just beginning. Oh, brave new world, oh, brave new world, oh, brave new world.
Shall show us ponds and springs, shall show us countless things that we have never seen before. Oh, I will fish for us, she will hunt for us, we will never want for more.
Mr. Monster, to think that I was afraid.
Mr. Monster, I am the man in the moon.
Trustful monster, lustful monster, you love us too soon.
Nor wash dishes. Caliban has a new master. Get a new man.
Hey, Constant, lead the way!
Ferdinand.
Do you love me?
O heaven, O earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with kind event if it be true. I do. What is your name?
Miranda.
Oh, Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration. You are a miracle. You've hung my sun and my moon, and the stars you have strewn are incanting their tune above. Is it too soon now to show you my love? You are my everything. You were from my first sight of you peerless, exciting and fearless. A goddess Miranda I'll be. A happier man I can see if you offer your hand to me.
You are a miracle. You are my night and my day. When all else goes away, well, what else can I say, my God? And you walk where no man's shoes have trod. You are my everything. You work your heart out to woo me when things were so gloomy before. You thought to step foot on this shore, and here I am wanting for more.
Oh, brave
Romancing the man I adore.
Oh, brave new world, the goddess and the girl Miranda. Why are you sulking?
At my unworthiness, I dare not offer what I wish to give.
And what is that?
That's everything I'll die to want. I am your wife if you will marry me.
I am your husband if you'll marry me.
My husband then.
With a heart as willing as bondage e'er of freedom, here is my hand, with my own heart in it. If by your heart you dare to take me as I stand, you are a miracle. You are my everything. Oh, brave new world.
Me, when the buzz out, we will drink water, not a drop more. Therefore, bear up and board a monster. Drink to me.
They say there be 5 on this isle, and if we are 3 of them, and the other 2 be brain like us, the state totters.
My monster hath drowned her tongue in drink. For my part, the sea could not drown me. Ere I could recover the shore, I swam 30 to 50 leagues on and off. By this light, monster, thou shalt be my lieutenant, or my standard.
You're a lieutenant. If you list, she's no standard.
Mr. Monster will not run.
Yeah, nor go neither, yet you'll lie like dogs and yet say nothing neither.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life if thou beest a good mooncalf.
thy arm.
Oh.
Let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him, he's not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster! Wilt thou give another monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Oh, how he mocks me! Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, that a monster could be such a natural.
Lo, again! I pray thee, bite him to death.
Chicolo, keep a good tongue in thy head. If thou proves to be a mutineer, the next tree. This poor monster's my subject, and she shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble lord. Will thou hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
Mary, will I kneel and repeat it? Chico and I shall stand.
As I told thee before. I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer that by his cunning hath cheated me of the island.
Thou liest.
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou! I wish my master would destroy thee. I do not lie.
Chico, insert this monster one more further, and by his head I will supplant some of your teeth.
I said nothing.
Mum, then, and no more. Proceed.
I say, by sorcery he got this isle. From me he got of it. If my noble lord will revenge it on him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
Oh! How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
I'll yield him to thee asleep, where thou mayst never nail into his head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
What a pie is this, thou scurvy pack? I beseech my lord to destroy me, and then take away your bladder. When that's gone, you shall not but brine, for I'll not show thee where the quick freshes are.
Shrink and low, run into no further danger. Interrupt this monster one bit more, and by this hand I'll turn my mercy out of doors and make a stock fish of thee.
What did I? I did nothing. I'll stand farther off.
Did thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so take thou that and that as you like it, give me the lie another time.
I did not give the lie. Art thou out of your wits and buried too? Pox on your collar, ring on your blood.
Forward with your tail, stand farther off.
Be here enough, and when you're done, I'll be here too.
Oh, stand farther. Proceed.
Why, as I told thee before, 'tis a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayst brain him, having first seized his books. Or with a log, batter his skull. Or punch him with a stake. Or cut his lesson with thy. But remember first to possess his books. Without them, he's but a sot, as am I, nor hath not one spirit to demand. They all do hate him as rootedly as I do. Burn but his books. He has brave utensils, for so he calls them, that when he has a house he'll deck with all. And that, most deeply to consider, is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her an unbearable. I never saw a woman but Sycorax, my dam, and she. But she as far surpasseth Sycorax as the greatest dust least.
Is she so brave, alas?
Aye, my lord. She will become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I shall be king and queen, save our graces, and Chico and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Chico?
Excellent.
Oh, give me thy hand. I am sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue on thy head.
Within this half hour he will be asleep. Wilt thou kill him then?
Aye, on mine honor.
I have loved, we must be merry, let us be jocund. Wilt thou troll the catch you taught me but a while there?
Monster die, request reason, any reason. Come on, Chico, let us see. Fly and sky.
not the two.
Flout 'em and scout 'em, and scout 'em and flout 'em. Thought is free.
What's this saying?
This is the tune of our cat, played by the picture of nobody.
If thou beest a man, show thyself in likeness. If thou beest a devil, take it as thou list.
Oh, forgive me my sin!
Dead men pay all debts. I defy thee. Mercy upon us.
Art thou afeard?
No, master. No, master, not I.
Leave behind your fears. The island's full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight and never harm. Sometimes 1,000 twinkling instruments hum about my ears. Sometimes 1,000 voices just awaken, make me dream again. I dream the clouds will open up. I dream that riches will pour down on me. But when I wake, it all evaporates, and I try to dream again. All these mountains, all these shores, these jungles soon enough will all be yours. So keep your eyes on the prize if you're willing. I know just where Prospero lies, so get to killing. You see the clouds will open up and you'll be ruling over everyone. But if you wait, it all evaporates and you'll wish the deed were done. So leave behind your fears, the island sings to you. Open up your ears, and with my help your dreams just might come true.
Brave monster, this will prove a brave kingdom to be worse than my music for nothing.
When Prospero is destroyed.
Bye, I remember the story.
The tune goes farther off. We should follow it and return to our task later.
Master, lead the way. I would I could see that tabor. He lays it on.
Yeah. Well, come, Stefano, I'll follow.
I reckon I can go no further. My old bones ache. Recently is trod indeed through forthright's meanders. By your patience, sir, I needs must rest me.
Oh Lord, now think of it. I myself am consumed with weariness to the dulling of my spirits. Sit down and rest. Even here I will put off my hope and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He's drowned! Whom thus we stray to find. The sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I'm right glad that he is so out of hope.
Do not, for one repulse, forego the purpose that you resolved to effect.
The next advantage we will take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight. For now they are oppressed with travel, they will not nor cannot use such vigilance as when they are fresh.
Tonight, no more.
What melody is this? My good friends, hark!
Marvelous sweet music.
Oh, heavens.
culinary skill at our beck and call. Who was I to speak a word of ill?
Will they believe us if in Naples we tell what we've seen? A society without king or queen, of creatures bearing monstrous shape, yet far more gentle and kind than of our human generation you shall find many, or almost any. Will they believe us if in Naples we speak of this sorcery? It's a fable, they'll say at best, or a forgery.
Just when I thought I'd reached my nadir, this appears.
Save your thanks for later.
No more tears, dig in. You are 3 men of sin belched up by destiny itself. Your swords are useless now, might as well hack at the clouds themselves. You fools, my fellows, and I are ministers of fate.
But remember that you three cast down Prospero to the sea,
Which now all beings here incense against your peace. You are 3 men of sin. Did temptation overwhelm you? When there's thunder at the helm, you must resist the wild ways of beast no more. Your deeds have caught up with you. You get what you deserve. You planned your coup d'etat and now you ate while we served. No, now you've seen it all. Now you've seen it all.
now you've seen it all.
Bravely the figure of the harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel. A grace it had, devouring. Of my instruction hath thou nothing bated in what thou hadst to say. So with good life and observation strange, my meaner ministers their several kinds have done. My high charms work, and these mine enemies are all knit up in their distractions. They now are in my power.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous. Monstrous when we thought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me. And the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced the name of Prospero. It did base my trespass. Therefore my son in the ooze is bedded, and I'll seek him deeper than plummet air sounded, and with him there lie mudded.
Come with the thought, I think the Ariel come.
My thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Sayest again where thou didst leave these bark.
I, my commander. Sir, I told you. They were red hot with drinking. So full of valor that they smote the air for breathing in their faces, beat the ground for kissing of their feet, yet always bending toward their project. Then I beat my taper, at which, like unbacked colts, they pricked their ears, advanced their eyelids, and lifted up their noses as they smelt music. So I charmed their ears, that they, calf-like, my lowing followed through toothed briars, sharp furzes, freaking goss and thorns, which entered their frail shins. At last, I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell. They are dancing to the chins of the foul lake, or stunk their feet.
Thou hast done well, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumperies in my house, go bring it thither for stale to catch these thieves.
How many tempests must they weather together? How many
cast on them. How many people must you tether together? Look at Gonzalo. Look how he follows the rest, hands on his breast. Look how he swallows his fears, tears running down his beard like droplets in autumn. Your charm so strongly works on them. If you saw them now, your heart would soften. How many tempests must they weather together? How many hounds must chase them down? How many spirits? How many men? How many spells to cast on them? How many people must you tether together?
My heart softened.
Oh, I'm between the devil and the deep blue sea. I can't tell you what to do, only how it seems to be. Were I a man, my heart would soften now. It's time to forgive, time to forget somehow.
If you may have some inkling of their plight, a touch of feeling, then I, one of their kind, shall be just as kindly moved. The rarer action, Ariel, is in virtue rather than vengeance. They've done their penance, come very well, release them. Better break my charms, better drown my books, better snap my wand, better not take arms against them. So return them to their senses, rest assured no more offense.
Where the bee sucks their socket, in a cowslip spell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry, on a bat's back lying after summer merrily. Oh, merrily, merrily shall I live now under the blossom that hangs on the wall. Merrily, merrily shall I live now under the blossom that hangs upon the wall.
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
Whether this be or be not, I won't swear.
You do yet taste some subtlety to the isle that will not let you believe things certain.
Welcome, friends, all. And you, my brave lords, were I so minded out here, could pluck its highness's frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks in him.
No. For you, most wicked servant to call brother leave and infect my mouth. I do forgive thy rankest faults.
all of them. And requiring my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
Thou beest Prospero. Give us particulars of thy preservation, how thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon this shore where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is. My dear son, Ferdinand.
I will for it, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is past her cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace for the like loss I have her sovereign aid and rest myself content.
You the like loss,
As dear to me as late, and supportable to make the great loss, have I means much weaker than you may call to comfort you. For I have lost my daughter.
a daughter. That they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there. That they were, I wish myself, to be mudded in that oozy bed where my son now lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. I perceive these lords at this encounter do so much admire that they devour their reason, and scarce think their eyes do offices of truth. Their words are of natural breath. But howsoever you have been justled from your senses, know for certain that I and Prospero and that very duke which was thrust forth in Milan, who most strangely upon this shore where you were wrecked, was landed to be lord on it. No more yet of this, for 'tis a chronicle of day by day, not a relation for a breakfast, nor befitting a first meeting. Welcome, friends. This cell's my court. Here have I few attendants and subjects known abroad. Pray you, look in. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite with you as good a thing. At least spring forth a wonder to content ye as much as be my dukedom.
Oh, sweet lord, you play me false.
My dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, and for a score of kingdoms you could wrangle, and I could call it fair play. If this should prove a vision of the island, my dear son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle!
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause.
But all the blessings of a glad father be upon you. Arise and tell me how the king is here. Oh, wonder. How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid with whom thou wouldst play? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be but 3 hours. Is she the goddess who hath severed us and thus brought us together?
Sir, she is mortal. And by mortal providence she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for advice, nor thought I had one. She is the daughter of this famous Duke of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renowned, but never saw before, of whom I have received a second life. A second father this lady makes him to me.
I am hers. Oh, but how oddly will it sound when I must beg my child forgiveness.
There, sir, stop. Let us not burthen our remembrance with a heaviness that's gone.
I have inly wept, or should have spoke ere this. Look down, you God, and on this couple drop a blessed crown, for it is you that have chalked forth the way which brought us hither.
I say, amen, Zon. Give me your hand. Let grief and sorrow still surround his heart who doth not wish you joy.
Be it so, amen.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with being to the stages of this business. At picked leisure, which shall be shortly, single all resolved to you, which shall seem probable of every these happened accidents. Till when? Be cheerful, and think of each thing well. Come hither, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell.
Every man shift for all the rest, and let no man take care for himself, for all is but fortune.
I wear in my head? This is a goodly sight.
Is not this Stefano, the drunken butler? And Trinculo is reeling right. Where should they find this grand liquor that hath gilded them?
I have been in a pickle since we saw you last. I fear it will never out my bones. But I will not fear fly bottoms.
Touch me not, I am not Stefano, but a cramp.
You'd be king of the island, sirrah?
I should have been a sore one then.
Sir, my liege, I invite your highness and his train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night.
Which part of it shall I waste for such discourse as I, not doubt, shall make it go quick away?
The story of my life, and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this isle.
And in the morn I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hoped to see the nuptial of these our dear beloved solemn nights. And thence retire me to my Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave.
We are such stuff as dreams are made of. Our little life is rooted with the sleep. The curtains will close on our life. The actors will disrobe. The sets will disassemble. And people may clap all they like. But at the end of the day, the lights will go up and the house will grow quiet. No protest, no riot.
We are such stuff as dreams are made of.
Our little life is rounded with sleep. The insubstantial pageant you're afraid of is being fast from deep within your mind. It won't leave a trace behind.
Oh, fathom 5, we're bound to lie.
Of our bones, our coral beds, are the pearls that were our eyes, the ring of those that will fade. But instead we will suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. See limbs how they ring our bell. Can't you feel the lifting stage? The lifting stage, the lifting stage. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are the stuff of.
It's a tempest. It's a dark and it's a terrible tempest.
Thank you all so much. If you can take off your condoms and just place them in here, we'll dispose of them. Thank you guys so much for being here.